Good morning, everybody. Hey, happy Monday morning on this 8th of July. We are midway through the year. Can you believe that? And we're about 8 days from my birthday, just so that you can have, just letting you know, so you can have plenty of time to mail me your presents. But anyway, the point here is that last week I had to renew my driver's license, and I didn't get to do it just online. I had to go to the driver's license renewing center, and what do they call it, DPS thing. And it's always crazy. I don't know where you live and how bad things are there, but here in Texas it is brutal to go to the DPS place. But I got there a little late, and I had about 75 people in front of me that I had to wait on, and so I started working. I started on my computer working a little bit and reading on my phone and things, and some people came out and would make announcements about what to do and what we needed, and the new Identity Act is why I had to go in there to provide proof of life and existence and residence in the United States, which is I'm all good for. But about the third time that somebody came up and said, I heard them rattle off the stuff, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, did she say and Social Security card? And so I pulled out my letter and I looked there, and of course two things were required: birth certificate and Social Security card, and the Social Security card was listed first, and I didn't have it. I'd forgotten one of the key things that I needed for that experience. So I've been there about an hour and a half only, thankfully, and I got up and I went out, and on the way home I'm just kind of frustrated at myself, because I remember the day before I'd started looking for all of my stuff that I needed. I was looking for my passport, couldn't find it. When we did find it, it was out of date. Then I started looking for my birth certificates, and I finally found that. But as I was searching, I thought, I ought to pull out my Social Security card just in case I need that. And but I was distracted because my little 1-year-old grandbaby was following me around everywhere I went, which I absolutely loved. I'd turn and talk to her and play with her, and then I'd look back to my job, totally distracted at what I was doing. And that distraction made me forget the one key piece that I needed for my renewal. Now, here's the point of telling that whole story. What is the key point you're missing in your marriage? Probably connection. This summer we get so busy. We have our job regularly. We have the activities afterwards. We have vacation. We have everything else. The kids are all around all the time. And so we're really trying to just go crazy thinking about all of that stuff. But so we start getting distracted from what the key, which is connection. Connection with our spouse, our husband, or our wife. Guys, the reason your marriage might be stalling is because you're not really connected. Now, for us men, it's easier to be disconnected because we're kind of naturally disconnected anyway. But what I look at that is, men, God gave us that weakness so that we would become extremely strong in it. And so we need to become strong in our connection as men. We have to get out of ourselves, because what we like to do, women, if you ever wonder why, when we come home, we just like to get down. It's because we're kind of retreating and recharging and things. But what we need to realize is, as men, that we have to, that recharging is found in connection. Connection to our wife, connection to our kids, connection to what we're doing at home and all of our goals. And so that's connection. For wives, you disconnect because you've been hurt, you've been wounded, you've tried and you've given up, or you're overwhelmed by all the duties of the house or anything like that. And so it's just really hard for you to connect because you're tired, just like the husband is. But here's the thing you need to do. Don't miss the key component. or you'll sit there wasting time. I got a few things done. I did some good work and things while I was sitting there, but I had to go back. That was July 3rd. I had 4th off, went back to 5th, and I went right through it because I got there early. I got there in line. I got there moving along, and I had everything that I needed to make sure that connection, that component was there. And man, I blew through it, went right on. Now I'm all hooked up. So here's what I want to encourage you to do this morning. This morning, plan how to connect. If you haven't, if you haven't left the house yet and you're still with each other watching this, connect right now. Give a kiss, give a hug, give a touch. If you're already at work and separated from each other, text. Golly, guys, texting is one of the best ways to talk with each other. As soon as you can, send a cute or a sexy or a loving gift somehow and just get it done. Don't miss the key component because you won't get the job done. Your marriage is your job, and God intended it to be totally connected. If you need help, we're here. We love you. Let us know what you think below. Share, like, and be connected with us after you connect with each other. Love you, man.